Hello there, everyone. Welcome back. We are going to be looking at the undead. I'm going to be playing a warlock. So let's enter, shall we? Let me double check. Actually, wait. Let me double check. Make sure I am okay. I wanted to double check. Make sure I was recording. Ah, looks like we're in the Eastern Kingdom.
Though Lady Sylvanas and her Forsaken finally took vengeance upon their hated enemy, the Lich King, their dark crusade in Northrend proved costly. Betrayed by Grand Apothecary Putrus at the Battle of Wrathgate, the Forsaken's devious plague of death was unleashed upon both the Alliance and the Horde to calamitous effect. Unbeknownst to Sylvanas, Putrus and his demonic ally, Veramathras, had taken control of the Undercity. As a result, the Forsaken were wrongly blamed for the traitor's atrocities. Though the Undercity was eventually retaken, Sylvanas and her followers still bear the weight of Putrus' sins. Mistrusted by the other members of the Horde, the Forsaken must now prove their loyalty to the cause and redeem themselves from their supposed treachery. To this end, Sylvanas has bolstered her defenses within the Tirisfal Glades and readied her undead forces for any contingency. As one of the Forsaken, you must use your cunning and viciousness to slay any who would pose a threat to Sylvanas' rule, be they human, undead, or otherwise.
Wait, do I have... Wait, what? Oh, I'm on the ground. Oh god, there's somebody inside me. Oh. Sarah. Rise, Sarah. Welcome back to the realm of the living. With the blessing and power of the Dark Lady, I have freed you from death's grip. You are no slave, Sarah. You are free to follow whatever path you choose from here. If you choose to serve the Dark Lady Sylvanas, I recommend you speak with Undertaker Mordo. You will find him behind me in the graveyard. So that's supposed to be a Valkyrie, correct? How interesting. And since I've started doing it, I might as well do it with this character. So let's do a silly.
You know, once you're dead, nothing smells bad anymore. Rotten eggs, no problem. Dead fish, like a spring breeze. You don't need deodorant when you don't have any armpits. I heard a knee slapper once, and skipped my kneecap right across a lake.
Whoops.
I'd paint my toenails, but I'm not sure where they fell off. This stinks. Ah, doornails.
How is that a joke?
I'm in a rotten mood. You know, once you're dead, nothing smells bad anymore. Rotten eggs, no problem. Dead fish, like a spring breeze.
Okay, so what's the flirt like?
I can't wait to suck the juice out of your eyeballs.
Oh god!
I don't need to get funky. I'm already there.
Okay, that sounds like a funny.
I don't care that much about romance. I fell in love before, and look what happened to me.
Wait, what? Love killed me? Oh no.
One good thing about being dead, biological clock seems to have stopped. Nice butt. I don't care that much about romance. I fell in love before, and look what happened to me.
Okay.
And you are?
Hello there. You must be Sarah.
Trust no one.
I'm pleased to see that you're up and walking around, Sarah. You have held up nicely, especially after being dead for so long. Others weren't as lucky. If you wouldn't mind, I need you to fetch my embalming fluid and some twine to stitch up these bodies. You'll find both in the Shadow Grave, the building just behind me. Here, Darnell. Darnell will join you. He knows the way.
Victory for Sylvanus.
This is the way. So, racial cannibalize. An active regenerates 10 seconds, only works on humanoids or undead corpses. Okay. Will of the Forsaken removes any charm, fear, and sleep effect. Alright. Versus embalming fluids. Somewhere around here. Is it on you? Man. Shadow Ball! Shadow Ball! Oh. God damn it. I forgot to do it again. Enable other loot, please. Where's the thing I'm supposed to collect? Hang on, let me read that again. Obtain from the Shadow Grave and Death Knell. Shadow Grave and Death. What? Shadow Grave. What? What? Mind the zombie. Do I collect it from them? I am really confused. So, cannibalize. Oh god, that's creepy. Very, very creepy. Oh, the Shadow Grave is this way. Follow me. Why didn't you tell me that sooner? I should have known. Oh wow, look at that face. Oh my god, the eye moved. Oh, 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 oh. I like that face though. Like, oh.
Hello.
You will find the items within the Shadow Grave. I believe I left them on my work table.
Watch your back.
Exactly what I needed. You'll be an asset to the Forsaken, Sarah Norton. You know, word has it that you were quite the warlock in your previous life. Perhaps I should assign you to a more exciting task.
Beware.
The Valkyr raise hundreds of corpses every day. Agatha raised you just a few moments ago. Not all are as lucky as you, however. Some maintain their free will, but live in constant fear and confusion. They usually run off into the woods, cowering at their own reflections. Others lose their minds completely, shambling about dangerously. They often turn to violence, and must be destroyed. This is your task, Sarah. Destroy them, our former brothers and sisters, though they might be.
Farewell.
This the rats. Okay, not too bad. Oh, there's a thing over here.
Speak quickly.
King, peasant, or warlock, I don't care what you were before. I just need somebody with a working tongue. Being raised from the dead is strenuous. Not everyone copes with it as well as you did. In particular, there are 3 newly raised undead who are having trouble coping right now. I want you to find them and talk to them. It might be that they just need someone that they can relate with. You'll find them here in the graveyard.
Beware the living.
Marshal Redpath. Looks like he's wearing alliance armor.
That better be good.
Stand back, monster. Want to fight? Because I'll fight you. I'll fight any one of you creatures. Do you hear me? I'm not here to fight. I've only been asked to speak with you. Oh, really? Fine. I don't want to join you and your Forsaken. Maybe I'll start my own Forsaken. Maybe I'll invent Forsaken with elbows. You're free to do whatever you like.
Our time will come.
Who are you calling a monster? You're the monster. I'm just a man who died.
I live my life in the shadows.
Get away from me, you abomination! I'm not an abomination. I'm simply undead. I just want to speak with you. The undead are a taint upon Azeroth. Every one of you creatures deserves to be destroyed. Lillian, do you realize that you are undead yourself?
Keep your guard up.
No! You're lying! My father will protect me! Isn't it a character that's... I remember seeing a video a long time ago about an undead character you meet that ends up fighting for the Alliance. Because they didn't realize that they were actually undead.
I'm listening.
What? What's going on? Who are you? What happened to me? Don't you remember? You died. I died? Yes, you're right. I died. He was an orc. He cut off my hands and left me to die. These aren't my hands! These aren't my hands! Calm down, Valdred. Undertaker Mordo probably sewed some new ones on for you. I suppose this is my fate then. Part of an undead army. Somehow I never considered that I might end up fighting for the Forsaken. What do I do now? You talk to Undertaker Mordo. He'll tell you what to do. That's all I know.
Watch your back.
I see. Well then, let's get to work, Sarah. The Dark Lady needs us, right?
What is it?
You've done well, Warlock. As you can see, not all of us have resigned to our fates. I'm glad to see that you're at least willing to work. Valdred will be a valuable asset to the Forsaken. As for the other two, there is not much we can do. We cannot force them to join us.
Victory for Sylvanas.
Darnell tells me that the two of you have already met. That's good, because I'm sending you both into Deathmill. Your work is done here. Speak with Death Guard Sultane in Deathmill to the north. He will tell you more of what you must know.
Farewell. What do you require?
Not even the power of the Valkyr was enough to save these creatures. They were doomed from the beginning. I've obtained some equipment for you, Sarah. It's not much, but it will help.
Trust no one.
What's this? Summon him! Summon him. Hello, Imp.
I am forsaken.
Those Valkyr have been really busy resurrecting you newbies lately. I've already seen a couple dozen new bodies run down that hill since this morning. You, however, are the most promising warlock I've seen today.
Embrace the shadow.
We've been shipping in dead bodies from Silverpine Hillsprad. Hell, anywhere we can get them from. We can't, however, afford to ignore the bodies which are sitting right on our front doorstep. The last vestiges of the Scarlet Crusade roam here in Tirisfal glades. While we've managed to push them from Deathnell, several of their bodies litter the buildings to the north and the east. Go find them, and bring that Darnell fellow with you. He looks strong enough to carry a few corpses.
Trust no one. What now?
If you're going to be an asset to the Forsaken, you need to learn how to fight, and there's no better target than the Scourge minions that continue to pester us. The wretched ghouls and Rattlecate skeletons that roam the north and to the east are former troopers of the fallen Scourge. They should prove to be an even match for a fledgling warlock like you. Do not tarry. When you are done, speak to me again.
Remember, patience, discipline.
carry that, will you? You carry this one too. Here, have this one. Oh look, another one. Here you go. And here. What fun. What the hell? It's like that thing came from behind me and just slapped me in the butt.
Target something first.
Got an itch. That. I wonder if you have itches when you're undead.
What would you ask of death?
Great work, Sarah. I knew you weren't useless. Here, take one of these. You death guards have piles of these things just sitting around.
Remember, patience, discipline.
Look, silly right there. Like, oh, we're alive again. Oh, oh, we're dead.
I'm listening.
You're growing in strength, Sarah. I've seen your type before. You will be moving out of Deathnell and on to greater things before long. Just make sure you don't lose sight of where you started. You have much to accomplish, Warlock.
Goodbye.
Why don't you go speak with my novice Eldrith? She serves me and will have some tasks to which you can apply your new ability.
Trust no one.
What's this? Unending Resolve. Hardens your skin, reducing all damage. Oh, nice.
I'm listening.
May the Dark Lady watch over you, Sarah.
Do not seek death.
Earlier on, I saw a young forsaken woman running towards the old inn. She was screaming for her life, pleading to be taken back home. Yeah, Lillian. That's her again. Not all of us are as resolute as others, Sarah. Even so, we must accept our fate as undead, if we are to rise up against those that would put us down. Take my hand mirror and show it to the young woman. She needs to see what she really is and join us in our cause. Besides, we can use all the bodies that we can get.
Trust no one.
What is it you ask?
Get away from me, you monster! Don't look at me. I'm hideous. You're not hideous, Lillian. You're one of us. Look in this mirror. See for yourself.
There is much to be done.
That doesn't really look like a mirror. It looks like a plate. You don't understand. I can't be undead. Not me. Not now.
What do you require?
You say she ran away. What a shame. Very well, as long as she's maintained her free will, there's still hope.
Dark Lady, watch over you.
I can keep you busy here in town all week, but you seem to be more the fighting type. Yes, you'll do just fine. I'd like you to go talk to Executor Oren. Follow the path north, out of Death Knell. You'll find him not far past the barricades.
Goodbye.
How do people already have mounts? It kind of confuses me.
Speak quickly.
What do we have here? A new warlock, ready for battle, huh?
Watch your back.
Fear. Strike spear and the enemy. Disorienting. Okay. First of all, look at your armor. You're a mess, warlock. If you'd like to stay in one piece, and I've no doubt you do, perhaps I can help. If you can gather some paws and wings from the wolves and bats nearby, maybe I'll find some armor for you. You'll find the creatures to the north and to the west of here.
Beware the living.
I keep pushing I in order to open my inventory.
A target. Okay, so from what it looks like, the Warlock's companions work a lot like the Hunter's companions. So that's nice to know.
What is it? Farewell.
Thank you, Sarah. This armor should help you out. Hopefully it should do you more good than the last one to wear it.
Our time will come.
One of our greatest struggles is obtaining the natural resources we need to survive. Gold was scarce in Lord Darren, even in the height of the Alliance's power so many years ago. There is a gold mine to the west that has been overrun with spiders. We need gold from the mine. but we can't very well get it while the spiders are crawling around in there. I've not much manpower to commit to the task, so we'll just have to do it little by little. Get up there and see what you can do for us, Sarah.
Beware, our enemy is abound.
Looks like Mirkwood over here. I really need to play Lord of the Rings Online again at some point. Watch the beasts! Wipe them out! All of them! Oh, those are like even bigger. Oh, wow. And creepier as well. Is that a whole bunch of people over there? Or is that somebody with a whole bunch of companions? How many imps can you have? That's great. Okay, I'm gonna have to wait a bit for everything to respawn, I think. They must be a higher level or something. What level are they? Oh, that's some nice armor. Ah, they're level 10. Okay. Maybe that's why. But I'm only level 5. I am a bit curious to know what the specializations are. I wonder if there's any still alive in here. Oh, there are. Okay, that's good, I guess. do these represent? Duh, that's how good it creeps. Just hearing them move.
This had better be good.
Well, it's a start. It'll take a few weeks or months. It'll take a few weeks or months to fully clean out the infestation. After that, we'll have to get down there with some torches to burn away the webbing. You've done your duty well, Sarah.
Farewell.
While you were inside that cave, your big friend Darnell came by with some alarming news. Since the Valkyr arrived, we've seen more and more undead that chose not to join our forces under the banner of the Dark Lady. They've been gathering at a small camp here in the valley, and now they've organized forces. They plan to attack Deathnell Warlock. Darnell is just down the road to the east. Be careful, Sarah. While those undead aren't completely brainless, they're still not quite right in the head.
Embrace the shadow. What now?
Sarah, you made it. You've seen those tents up there. That's where we're headed. The battle has probably already begun.
Our time.
Okay, I didn't know I could use a sword. Oh, I like the... That is a nice design of that sword. I like it. While you were taking care of matters for Executor Aaron, I went off on an assignment of my own. Shadow Priest Sarvis asked me to peek in on the Rotbrain camp. There's a reason why they're called Rotbrains. Their leader goes by the name of Marshal Redpath. Oh, that guy. And he's an absolute beast. Look, Sarah. The attack is starting. You're better in combat than I am. Get in there and help out. When you're done, meet up with Shadow Priest Sarvis in the chapel. Good luck, Sarah.
Trust no one.
Oh, they... What? What just happened? Why are they all friendly now? Okay.
I'm out of range. Closer. Target something first. It's too far away.
I am forsaken.
Being born again under the power of a Valkyr is a strenuous process. Many don't survive the shock, turning into zombies or ghouls. Others retain just enough humanity to seem normal on the outside, but they're sick inside. We should have slain those rot brains the day they were raised. As for you, you're a strong warlock, Sirrah. I knew you'd do well. You'll be headed out of Deathnell soon.
Victory for Sylvanas.
Goodbye, Darnell. Nice of you to show up out of nowhere to have a chat with me. These will need to be taken to my field agent, Deathguard Simmer. This information contains the whereabouts of the last few holdouts of the Scarlet Crusade. We will destroy these crusaders once and for all, and I have a feeling you'll be instrumental in that effort, Sirrah. Take the road north, out of Deathnell. Soon after entering Tirisfal proper, you'll see a large manse. Simmers inside.
Godly watch over you.
Does he mean mansion or what? Demon trainer, okay. Shop, 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 shop. Shop, 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 shop. I need a shop. A shop, shop, shop.
What is it?
So I can sell some junk to it. Bop, 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 bop. Selling my junk. Selling my junk. Selling, selling, selling all my junk. Hey!
Watch your back.
Just a random panda here. Oh, Lillian's back. And off I go into the great blue yonder. You know, you'd think I would have some pants that could cover up my joints there. Right? Ah, look at that manse.
I am forsaken. Watch your back.
Yes, what you want.
Remember, patience, discipline.
Yes. This is very good. You've done well in obtaining this information, Sarah. Names of the Scarlet Crusade officers in the Tearsful Glades. Imagine the blow we could deal to the morale of those bloody zealots if we were to kill their leaders in one swift strike. I will pass this information forward.
Beware the living.
And with it, we are done here with the Forsaken Starting Zone. Nice hat, dude. Is there, He's like, oh my god! What do I do? I'm trapped there. Okay. Well, that is it for the Forsaken Starting Zone. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you next time.